Hey, you send an invite to Kelly?
What's going on, guys? Sam here. I'm with my mate Mike all the way on the other side of the world. It is actually, I would have to say, 8:04 a.m. for myself. I've only had about 3 to 2 hours sleep. I've got the chat open and I had people talking in my ear. Anyway, guys, it's about 7 o'clock at night for our mate Mike. So what we're going to do is we're going to do This Week is Wrestling, episode 3. This is the 3rd week in a row we've done this. Very excited about this week. We had the return of Goldberg. We had a match between James Ellsworth and AJ Styles for the WWE title. There was a lot on. How you going, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike,
what's going on?
Hello. How you going, buddy?
Yeah. How are you?
Good, man. How was your week? Was it good?
It's been good so far. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good, interesting week of wrestling as well.
Oh, it's been a crazy week of wrestling this week. Really, really enjoyed it, and to be honest, it has shown a lot of potential in a way, which is great. Interesting stuff about TNA. Some rumors. We'll talk about that later. But first off, let's talk about Raw and what you thought of Raw. It started off with Mr. Kevin Owens and Jericho coming out to the ring, and Jericho still had his list, which is great. Like I think this whole chemistry that Jericho and Owens have is fantastic. Now, they were angry that there wasn't a triple threat match for the Hell in a Cell. Well, Jericho was, and Owens was like, well, he should replace Seth Rollins. Oh, well, Seth Rollins come out, and it started a match between Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho. Now, I thought this match to start the night was fantastic. I actually really enjoyed the match between Jericho and Seth Rollins. Both great performers. And the match ended with Seth Rollins getting a 3rd pedigree in a row on Chris Jericho. And Mr. Owens was able to watch it, you know. What were your thoughts on that? The opening segment and the first match of the night.
The thing I liked most about it was the opening segment whenever Jericho said that him and Owens had like a little banter back and forth. I'm staying.
Yeah.
No, you're leaving. No, I'm staying. No, you're leaving. I can do this without you. He went to the back, and then Jericho ended up getting the pedigree again due to Owens' interference.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
Go.
Okay. It was a good match all in all. I thought that it could have went a little bit longer because of what happened after that. Raw just seemed to drag.
Yeah. The match was very draggy. It seemed like it was too long for this segment, I think. The whole segment in itself was great. The match was good, though. I really, really did enjoy the match. But I think just that first segment and the first match went for about 45 minutes, half an hour to 45 minutes, which was quite a long opener for a show. Anyway, we then have a sit-down interview with Charlotte and Lita. Now, it's basically just Charlotte saying, "Look, she is the woman to beat." That Sasha's not going to retain the title. It's just a way to sort of hype the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match, which will be next Sunday, which is quite exciting. I'm actually quite excited about that. What do you think about this feud between Sasha and Charlotte? It's been going on for a while now, since SummerSlam. Since before SummerSlam. what do you think about this feud? And do you think this Hell in a Cell, like we discussed last week, do you think this Hell in a Cell is going to be good for the pay-per-view? Or do you think it's going to sort of kill the pay-per-view in a way of saying it?
Well, I think the feud is good. I think that they should keep the title on Sasha for a little while because she has actually gathered enough steam to go forward a little while longer and hopefully have a feud with Bayley like they did in NXT and have Bayley retain the title from her.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Being in the picture, having a feud with Bayley right now. I don't know how they're going to book everything that happened maybe around Royal Rumble time. We'll see. The way they're doing Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and to be honest, it'll be good to see if Bayley actually has a part to play in this match. I don't think she will, but I think Charlotte's held that title for long enough now. She needs a bit of like a time where she isn't in that main event picture. It needs to be someone else. And I think Sasha and Bayley are a great example. But I don't think Bayley will be going for the title anytime soon. I think it will be Nia Jax. I think they're building Nia Jax up for it. Just to be in the title picture. I don't think she'll be the champion, but I think they are building her up for a bit of a run, a bit of like a feud with Sasha, because I think they're wanting to hold the Bayley versus Sasha rivalry until WrestleMania, that big match. What are your thoughts on that?
I can't wait for that. I think that's going to steal the show at WrestleMania if they allow that to happen. Because, hell, do you remember the very first takeover in Brooklyn? The very first one, the 2 out of 3 falls match between Sasha and Bayley was phenomenal. It
was insane. And the best thing about it was, like, they tore the absolute house down. And it was just amazing at how incredible that match was. And to think that it went for 60 minutes. It was an Iron Man match. And they just, every pin was like at the edge of your seat. Who's going to win this match? It was just a really, really good match all around. So I reckon them facing at WrestleMania has to happen. But I think them facing before WrestleMania doesn't need to happen. I think it's going to be a bit of it will take away from that specialness of WrestleMania. They can face in tag teams, they can face in a triple threat, whatever. But for them to actually face at WrestleMania would be phenomenal. I would really look forward to that. And then we go into the next match, which is Golden Truth and Mark Henry against the Shining Stars and Titus O'Neil. It's like Vince McMahon goes, okay, I don't know what to do with these three. So let's put them all together in a 6-man tag match so they can at least earn their money. And that's it. It was pointless. Now, I'm really upset that Mark Henry was in the match. I'll get to that later on. But the match in itself was not the best. It wasn't the best work from either one of them. It was quite disappointing. I wasn't happy with it at all. It seemed like it was just match filler. And that's so bad for them to do in WWE, in a Raw show, you know. What were your thoughts?
Horrendous. Epico and Primo are way better than what they were given credit for against the Golden Truth. Yeah. They should be actually having a better gimmick. They should actually be praising them to be the Carlos Colon's son and nephew. I believe that that if they gave the Colones an actual better way of and trying to keep that Puerto Rican heritage and that Latin heritage around, that they should actually be pushing those guys because they are really highly talented. not only highly
Oh,
talented, but they're highly sought after from a lot of different countries and a lot of different promotions.
mm.
Titus O'Neil, let's make it a win. Not a fan, man. Not a fan at all. I think
I
he's
don't like
talented.
this. Like, it's ridiculous. I just don't get it. Um, why not just release the bloke, give him his payout, and get him on the Indies? Like, hey, I think he would do so much better in the Indies, or just reboot his character to a point where he's not this suit wearing coming out and saying, "Look, I'm for the win." Rah, rah, rah. Like, it's pointless, and um, it's not needed, and it's sort of like, oh man, this is like it's just pointless, pointless, pointless.
And
And I'm gonna say it again, pointless.
and what you're saying is God's honest truth. I mean, Titus O'Neil, he had so much potential as a tag team wrestler. Putting him with Darren
Mm.
Young, then you split them up, you put them back together, you split them off, you have a little feud, now you're talking about putting them back together. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Let the man, like you said, repackage him, but you really can't repackage him. They already tried it 4 different times, and all times have been terrible. Let him leave for about 6, 7, 8 months, and let everybody forget about him again. Somebody's manager, or having feuds with somebody that doesn't suck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Darren Young. I do. I think he's a great competitor. I think he's a great wrestler. But the same token, he's not where he needs to be either because they're holding him down.
100%, 100%. And the thing is, if they were to repackage, Titus O'Neil and make him something different, totally different, like, don't even use the name Titus O'Neil. Use a different name, use a different package, use a different theme, bring him out, and after like 6 months to a year, people would either grab onto it or not grab onto it, and then if they don't, then that's it. Goodbye, Titus. Anyway, that's enough of him. I can talk about him all day, and he will just get boring. We then had a back.
Hold on, player. Hold on.
Okay.
we gotta talk about this for 1 second. Wasn't even involved in the match, and then
Yep.
the strong slam 1, 2, 3. Seriously, man.
Yeah, it was
He walked
so
in the
bad.
ring, and boom, 1, 2, 3.
I've got a bit to say about that, and I'll get to that a bit later on. I was sort of putting Mark Henry to the side for now because of what happened later on during the night.
Yeah.
We then had back. They had a break, then come back from the break, and we see Jericho and Owens in the backstage. Now Jericho goes, "Why did you come out? Told you not to come out. You're a stupid." Oh! And he stopped himself. He stopped himself from saying, "You're a stupid idiot." And Owens basically said, "Look, I'm not a stupid idiot, and you can't put me on that list because I'm the champion, you know?" So you can start to see the tension starting to build up for Survivor Series match. I'm very excited about that because I would love to see Jericho actually take the title and hold the title for one last run. I reckon him at the moment as a heel would be great as a 7-time champion. And that's the like I really want to see him hold it one more time, one last run for Chris Jericho, and I think that will happen at Survivor Series. It will be, oh man, but in saying that, it doesn't look like there's going to be a WWE Universal title reign because Stephanie McMahon came out at that same time and said, "Look, we've been challenged by SmackDown to do a 5-on-5 male match with a 5-on-5 tag team match and a 5-on-5 women's match. So I need my 2 ring generals on the same page." You know, so that would be good to see. Maybe Chris Jericho puts Owens in the Lions Gate and then basically, or Lions, whatever he calls it, and
Lions.
basically sets up a match for the next pay-per-view. next Raw exclusive pay-per-view and then takes the title. I really want to see Jericho go into 2016 as the champion, 2017 as the champion. Don't know if that will happen, but just got to wait and see, I guess. We then have a match between Sheamus and Big E. Now, I enjoyed this for one reason and one reason only. One reason only. You're looking at me now, Mike, and it's like, oh man, this guy doesn't know what he's saying. But for one reason only, Cesaro came out, did Facebook Live for the whole match, and I was watching the thing from Facebook Live. It was so funny. It was so great. Like, this team of Sheamus and Cesaro are great together. Oh man, it's so good. And I just really enjoyed the whole dynamic that Cesaro and Sheamus have. The match in itself, I didn't really pay attention to because I was paying so much attention to Cesaro. So I think that was a bad way of actually doing the match. But in the end, it made me enjoy it. What were your thoughts on that like segment? And the segment before, by the way, I didn't ask you about that one.
Yeah, it's all good. The thing is about that, the whole Sheamus and Cesaro, because you recall last week, Sheamus caused Cesaro to win too.
Yeah.
Sheamus, but this week it was Cesaro playing around and trying to get into the crowd and go talk to the crowd and hang out with the crowd and be cool with the crowd. And all of a sudden, Sheamus come out there and goes, "Hey, give me this phone." And he takes the phone from him, and then he tells Cesaro to come up here on top of the ring. He just destroys him and then pins him 1, 2, 3. And then Cesaro's like, well, "That's it, you lose."
Yeah, it was.
Man. And then you have Cesaro walking back going,
It's not my fault. It was so good. It was a good laugh. It actually made me feel a bit better about Raw after watching the stupidity of the match before. It was a good match as well. Big E finally winning by basically getting Sheamus with the big ending. I love the bit where after the loss, Sheamus comes off and knocks the phone out of Cesaro's hand. I thought that was hilarious at the end, and it was a great segment. We then had Bo Dallas versus Neville. Now, Bo came out to the ring with Curtis Axel, who we both know came from the Social Outcasts team. Now, Bo absolutely destroyed Neville. Like, they're really putting Bo over as this absolute beast of a person at the moment. And my feelings are a bit, like, in some parts, I really love the way it's going. In other parts, I really hate the way it's going. They should have him as a face, but I don't know. I'm sort of up in arms with this, with the way that his character's going, because like I really like the way that he's being a heel. He's a great heel, but is it time for him to be this heel, or like where are they taking him? You know. Anyway, after the match, Axel comes into the ring, starts getting everyone popping for Bo, and then Bo absolutely destroys Curtis Axel. And to me, that sets up a feud between Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, which is awesome. He needs something. He needs a storyline to go for. But at the same time, like, it just proves that there's no way they're gonna bring him back to that place. They take him as this mental nutcase, and I don't know. I like it and I don't like it. What are your thoughts on it, Mike?
My thoughts are they're trying to give him Bo Dallas is just deserved. I mean, he did everything they asked him to do. His brother, by some weird chance, is being pushed way over on SmackDown. Coach, he's been doing the little crazy matches. He's been partnered with the stupid faction. Some matches that nobody cared about. He's like, whoa, is Bo for real? Snapped. Completely snapped on Curtis Axel. And everybody's taking notice of who Bo Dallas really and truly could be. The way he destroyed Neville in that match, I was very, very pleased on the fact of the matter how they did it and how they did the actual angle with him actually taking over Axel at the end of the match. And I was like, it needs to be done like this. I mean, you made this guy legitimate overnight.
Oh, dude, they've made him a player now. Like, he is literally in the game now. And the thing is they needed to have that cut because, like, Bo's been, like, sitting in the mid-card section for so long, just sitting there. And now they've brought him out and he's absolute, like, the snap. I just sat there going, like, what's going on? Like, the snap was, like, literally, I felt, man, it was awesome. But, like, I sort of went, whoa, like, they're actually going ahead with this and they're not turning back. Like, usually at a time like this, they'll flip the tables at last minute because they want to be safe. But they've gone totally unsafe here and just let Bo be Bo. And I think that's awesome. Like, I think that's going to be great. Will he join his brother at some stage next year? I think this year's a bit too early, but do you reckon he'll join his brother some stage and get into, like, that part where he's as crazy and as manic as what Bray Wyatt is?
Hold on one second. I'm going to show you what I'm watching. Basically, what I've seen, it's something on TNA, and I apologize. It looked really cool because guys wearing white hoods and masks and everything. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But no, I don't think they're going to put him with Bray for the simple fact of it is, so his own entity. Bo is, he was an NXT champion, unlike Bray Wyatt was. Bray, however, had the Bray Wyatt family. He had the Wyatt family going. Bo Dallas is a great singles competitor. He is a former NXT heavyweight champion, former TV champion, or U.S. champion rather, right now. I think he should be put in that same category as T.J. Perkins whenever he loses the cruiserweight title. I would love to see TJP and Bo Dallas tear the house down. I think that would be a great. But that's just me saying that. But I would like to see that feud happen, and whoever is the better wrestler out of them two take on Roman Reigns or whoever is U.S. champion at that time. More likely it's going to be Reigns because Reigns is terrible and he's a blowhard. So that's what I say about it.
What I would love to see. Now, this is just me, right? I love to see Bo Dallas keep getting, like, every week get a bit more insane, where all of a sudden he's just this fireball of you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you cannot see it coming because he's just that, like, looped out up here. Like, he's so angry at WWE because they haven't given him the chances that he needs. All of a sudden, he comes out while Roman's doing one of his promos and absolutely destroys Roman Reigns. Like, I mean, destroys Roman Reigns. And I would like to see a heel Bo Dallas take the title. To be honest, like, if they do it right, it could work where it could be Roman Reigns and versus Bo Dallas. You've got two quite the same sized guys, and Bo Dallas just destroys Roman Reigns when no one ever could see that coming. Like, it would be a good way to put Roman in a feud where he could come up as a face like Vince McMahon wants him to be. What would you be interested in something like that?
Not right now. Too early. Like you said, it's too early for Bo Dallas right now. After he needs to feud with somebody right now, and the only person I could see him feuding with right now is being, they're putting with Curtis Axel as a feud, and I think that's a waste of time. Yeah, Curtis Axel is the son of Mr. Perfect. Yeah, granted, woo. But let's be honest. Is Curtis Axel as good as his father is? No. Is he as good as his grandfather? No. But is he a good wrestler? Yeah, he's decent. I mean, personally, I think they should have him feuding with someone totally different. Hell, I would like to see him feud with Mark Henry for just so he could do it.
Yeah,
I think Bo Dallas and Mark Henry would be a great feud.
Yeah, it would be great. I reckon it would be great to watch. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough. I'm getting a bit lost here. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. Guys. I had a shift last night. So. Time to drink others, man. Pardon, what was that?
So now would be a good time for you to drink a Mother's, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I got my water. Don't have any mother on me. Then we had a match between Dana Brooke versus Bayley, and it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought Bayley would have gotten the win, but far out, it was a very quick match, and Dana actually ended up winning, and I was just like, whoa, like they're actually giving Dana a bit of a push here. It's good to see Dana sort of stepping away from the Charlotte, the things that she was doing to Charlotte, and it's good to actually see her actually dominate someone in the ring. Like, it was a good match. What do you think about the Dana Brooke versus Bayley sort of feud, and what do you think that match entailed for you?
I'll be honest about it. I really think that feud is going to hurt Bayley more than it's going to help Bayley. Nothing away from Dana Brooke at all. I think she's a talented in-ring performer. I think she is a talented women's wrestler. I think she's very, very pretty, and it doesn't hurt that she's dating Dolph Ziggler right now. The simple fact of it is, Bayley is too cutesy, and she is the women's version of John Cena. They just don't realize it yet. She can actually go harder and longer than most of those women wrestlers right now. Like I said, like me and you talked, we touched a little bit earlier on the Sasha and the Bayley match from the very first Brooklyn Takeover. With that being said, I mean, that house tore down the house. That match tore down the house. That was the main event. Very first time a women's NXT women's division match took place on a pay-per-view or a special and actually killed her. And I was very excited. And what they're doing to her, they didn't even draft her whenever they did the draft. They drafted freaking Nia Jax over Bayley, which is retarded. I understand did it, but at the same token, they try to keep Bayley in NXT because they needed somebody to feud with Asuka. And if you look at if you actually look at the roster now, the women's wrestling isn't where it was. It has a long time to be there. And but they would have to steal a lot of other women wrestlers from other countries, like they did from you. They stole some Aussies, and they brought them to the NXT roster, and they're really good. They're very beautiful, and they can wrestle. They need to bring more talent in. They need to make the women's division in NXT an actual viable championship instead of letting Asuka run wild.
Yeah, and then we get a video package from Paul Heyman, basically on Bill Goldberg, saying that, look, Brock Lesnar is going to conquer, victimize, and beat Goldberg at Survivor Series. So they're really pushing Survivor Series. They're really pushing this match between Goldberg versus Heyman versus Brock Lesnar, especially with Bill Goldberg showing back up in the main event. We then had a match between Braun Strowman and the Mile High Trio. Now this is where I'm going to blow up. This is where you're going to see Insane Sam become Insane Sam. So it's Braun Strowman versus the flippin' Mile High Trio. Now, the first thing I want to say about this is those three losers were absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know why they did that. Anyway, it was an absolute squash of a match. Half of the match was them talking about how they were going to beat Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman comes out, destroys them all, then grabs the mic. He says, look, I want competition, and if Mick Foley doesn't give me the competition I want, all of a sudden, Sami Zayn's music pops up, and what the flip is WWE thinking, putting Sami Zayn in a match with Braun Strowman when Sami Zayn is so much better than that? My goodness! Like, why not? This is where I'm going to get at now. Why not put freaking Mark Henry, who was in the most stupidest match at the beginning of the night, come up against Braun Strowman? Now, I see your look, Mike, and this is where I'm coming from, all right? Why put Sami Zayn, who should be in either the United States title picture or the Universal title picture, in a match or in a feud with Braun Strowman? It is ridiculous. Put someone who is just not full-time. Put someone that can take a loss to Braun Strowman, because they're going to absolutely get Sami Zayn destroyed by Braun Strowman. That's where they're going with this. He walked up to Braun Strowman and Braun Strowman pushed him out of the ring. Like, this is how bad it's going to get. And he will be destroyed. And it's just going to ruin Sami Zayn. It's going to oh man, this whole thing with Braun Strowman has become really, really bad. And I'm going to let you say it because I'm getting angry and I'm going to have a drink of water while you talk. I'm going to listen to you rant about it now. You go.
Calm yourself, man. Calm yourself. I agree with that, but I would suggest Big Show instead of Mark Henry, due to the fact they're both kind of a slow big guy, and they're trying to show his speed in that ring. And let's be real, man. Those guys were running half speed. The guy was running around on the outside to get away from Braun Strowman, and I mean, calling with one hand. I mean, let's call it what it is, man. A joke of a match. First of all, the three guys was a joke. And then you have Sami Zayn to come out there and take a loss like he did. Was a joke. I mean, Zayn, you could tell he just wants a job, man. He just wants to work for the WWE. And they're just, he's a great player. He is a team player. He is a good dude. But I think they're using and abusing him so much that he's going to get fed up and go back to like Ring of Honor or TNA very soon. I mean, the way they gave his NXT title run was a joke. Now on the main roster is a joke. The man is way better than what they've given him. They let him have the win last week over the what was it? The the Social Outcast. It was terrible. It was a waste of a match. They gave him the win, him and Neville the win. But let's be real, man. I mean, they're jobbing him to nobodies. Number one, they're going to try to put him in a cruiserweight division, from what I'm understood, rumored. That would even be way more terrible. And then on top of that, you have him jobbing to Braun Strowman on Raw, which is the worst thing ever. Hell, they did it to Sin Cara. Sin Cara jobbed with Braun Strowman on Raw. Look where it got him, cruiserweight division.
This is the problem. This is the problem right here, and I'm going to absolutely destroy. I love WWE, right? I love wrestling. I love Raw. I love SmackDown. I love NXT. since they have brought Zayn out of NXT, okay, when he debuted on Raw, the crowd went absolutely nuts. Like, the crowd is right behind Sami Zayn. For him to be fed to Braun Strowman like they're feeding him, it's just going to kill his character. It's going to kill his career. And I am so like, oh my goodness, I'm over the fact that it's going to, oh man, I am so pissed off. I've sworn, okay? I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off.
Kill this, man. Let's kill this whole segment and move on. I mean, so far, like I said, the best match of the night was the opening match, and then it drug on. I mean, like you said, the Paul Heyman deal. I mean, it was a joke and a half, man. It was like a live via satellite thing from the 1990 Attitude Era type junk. And I'm not feeling it, man.
It was such a bad Raw, this one. Like, I wasn't really happy. Even the main event with Goldberg coming out to the ring and spending like 10 to 20 minutes talking about how he's going to destroy. He's trying to bring back the Goldberg of old, and it's not happening. It's not working out. This match is going to be a total fail. I am dreading it. Anyway, let's go on to SmackDown, the A show of WWE at the moment.
Hold on.
Yes.
I got to touch on that, what you just said, though. I agree with what you said. They gave him way too much time in the main event for him to actually come out there and say what he had to say. But at the end of the promo, when he picked up his son and put him on his shoulder, it gave me a feel I have never felt before in a long. Well, I take that back. I haven't felt this way in a long time for a wrestler. It showed his wrestling ability on the microphone. Goldberg really did have strong mic skills back in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
In early 2000s. He had great mic skills because it's all about power, technique, and just selling yourself. And then when he picked up his son and put him on his shoulder, I was like, wow, man. Not only is he showing his dominant skills on the microphone, but he's showing that he is a real dad and a real human being on top of that. It's like, I'm not a Goldberg fan. But at the end of the day, when he come out and did that, I was like, wow, Vince, actually, I tip my hat to you. You knew what you were doing. I'm still not sold on that match. I won't be sold on that match. Even if it's a great match, I'm like, nah, every dog has its day in the sunshine. I'm not sold. I won't be sold on it. Even if the outcome is great, I don't care. I don't care if that match ever takes place. I think what they should do is have a debate off, and whoever wins that, yay, count yourself the winner. I mean, done. SmackDown, man. Enough of Raw. Raw was a travesty. I gave it a 3.5 out of 10.
It was a really bad Raw. I actually agree with you. I'd rate it about 2.5, 3 out of 10. It was a really sad match. I wasn't happy with it at all. I think of it like this. I wasted 3 hours of my time on a Tuesday morning when I could have been helping my father do work at my grandma's house to watch a pathetic show like that. It was not in my tasting. SmackDown, on the other hand, I very much did enjoy SmackDown. It opened up with Randy Orton coming to the ring, right? And this feud with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, I'm actually enjoying it. I don't know if you are, but I'm actually enjoying this feud. I think it's actually bringing out a total new side of Bray Wyatt that we haven't seen before. He was basically saying how the evil of Bray Wyatt is very hard to get away from. It's suffocating Orton. He's feeling like he's trapped in a corner. He can't get out. Like he's feeling really suffocated by the evil of Bray Wyatt. Anyway, the lights go out. Luke Harper comes out to the ring, And then they start the match. Orton hits a suplex. Lights go out. All of a sudden, Bray Wyatt comes out with men in black sheep masks, okay? They come out wheeling a casket to the ring. For me, this is like, okay, I'm interested now. Where are they going? Like, where are they going with this? They're making him a new Undertaker, or are they making him better than the Undertaker? Like, this is like, are they sort of going down that road where he is this crazy guy who just wants to destroy and kill people? And is that where he's going to put him? Anyway, the match gets underway, and then Bray Wyatt comes in and attacks Orton for a disqualification, okay? Orton loses. Or Orton wins by DQ, okay? Wyatt then lifts the lid of the casket, and Kane is inside the casket. Kane sits up, decks Wyatt, right? And then it's Harper and Kane are going at it, right? Orton hits DDT on to Wyatt, okay? And then it was an actually good segment, first segment. I enjoyed it. Mike, I know you want to say something.
Well, no. The reason I snapped my fingers is because then everything went black, and then it came back on, and they were nowhere to be found.
Oh,
that was awesome.
it was. I thought, to be honest, was a great segment. And to be honest, I think it was 110% better than the opening segment of Raw. Like, I was drawn into that. I am being deadly serious. It was short, it was sweet, and I really did enjoy that more than I enjoyed the first talking bit, the promo between Chris Jericho and Owens. I actually enjoyed the match itself. Wasn't great, but the things that were working around the match, oh man, like this new character of Bray Wyatt, I'm excited to see the transformation and to see where they're actually taking it. Great segment. What were your thoughts?
Well, I'll be real with you, Bozzy. I'm not a fan of the whole Undertaker casket with him being in the middle of it, being all comfortable.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not the Undertaker, and I get it. They're trying to get away from the Undertaker character and not really talk about the Undertaker, because they didn't mention the Undertaker not one time.
No.
But everybody watching around the world that has been around wrestling for God knows how long knows who the Undertaker is.
Oh, yeah.
And and Steve even knows who the Undertaker is. And matter of fact, he's over here playing with comics. See this? Look at this guy. He's over here playing with comics.
What's up, boss?
Hey, why aren't you joining in? Why aren't you joining in, buddy?
I'm listening. I'm doing comics.
Yeah.
I'm watching Dummy. Yeah.
Oh, TNA.
TNA,
But
buddy.
yeah, man.
TNA.
Hey, man, I got into the TNA guys, man. So.
Dummy. Yeah.
But no, man. But the whole ordeal is, the whole Undertaker thing it's been done. Let Bray. I know he's paying homage to the Undertaker. I get it. I love it. I think it's awesome. But in the same token, be your man. Be who you are. Be the psychotic deranged voodoo master that you are from the deep depths of freaking New Orleans, Louisiana. Be the crazy Cajun. Be that leader of the wild child. Bring back the Eater of Worlds. Bring back that man. Don't. That's what he calls himself, dude. The Eater of Worlds. He created war. Yeah, basically, and he's phenomenal. But whenever he was inside that casket and had all the sheep's mask on it, I was like, man, this reminds me of the Druids carrying Undertaker to the ring in that casket.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the casket lid rises, and you see the smoke rise out of the casket, and you see the Undertaker lift up.
Yeah, I love the way they disappeared.
No, but now the way they had it with Kane in that casket, I was very, very happy. I was like, thumbs up. And then when it went black, poof, and then when the lights came back on, poof, Kane and Randy Orton are looking at one another, and Kane did the flames from the turnbuckles. 2 thumbs up. Now, the opening segment on Raw, when you compared the two, that opening segment between Jericho, Owens, and Rollins, man. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I love Bray Wyatt. I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan. But at the same token, when you have Wyatt and you have Orton, I'm not an Orton fan. Wyatt should actually be taking on Kane, not Orton. And the reason I say that is because Orton is a jabroni, in my opinion. He has the 10 moves of doom. He is the epitome of crap. I mean, let's be real. He stole a move from Nigel McGuinness, and he calls it the freaking Viper DDT. It's garbage. Nigel McGuinness did a top rope DDT. Who was better? Let's call it Tower of London. I mean, you have different styles of what Randy Orton's trying to bring. I get it. But the RKO, let's just call it what it is. It's a DDP. It is the Stone Cold Stunner. It's really what it is. It's the diamond. It's the diamond cutter. I mean,
I'm just glad we didn't see an RKO out of nowhere. Like for me, like this whole pushing the RKO, is to me, like, I don't really like the RKO. I don't like the move. The Diamond Cutter was so much, but like that's where the DDP, man, he invented that, and like that was the move I loved seeing. And as soon as he started doing it back in, like, when he debuted, I was like, that's not an RKO. That's just a different way of the boom, you know? And yeah, I really enjoy, right, is how Wyatt just disappears. Boom, lights go out. He is gone, man. And the lights aren't even out for long either. Like, they're out for a split second, and he dashes out of that ring under the ring, like, so quickly, man. It is awesome. Anyway, that's enough for talking about that. We then have a match between Alexa Bliss versus Naomi, and I am glad Alexa Bliss beat Naomi once. I'm glad she beat her, because it just really sets the tone for the women's championship match we're going to see in 3 weeks. I'm very, very excited about it. I think it's going to be a great match between Alexa Bliss and the women's champion. Oh my goodness, Becky Lynch. I know, I'm tired, man. It's been a long day. Come on, give me a break.
If I could actually pick you off with an energy drink right now, I would actually say, here, Bozzy, drink.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a good match. I really, really enjoyed the match between Naomi and Alexa Bliss. And I love the heel that Bliss is. I love Bliss as a heel. I love seeing her as a heel. But her as Harley Quinn, no, I don't like it. She needs to be herself. And her... Look, wait a minute. Before you go crazy, I love the look. I love the craziness. But I think her coming out dressed as Harley Quinn is sort of like, okay, get her dressing up like that, but get her even better than Harley Quinn. I think they're just taking from... I'm serious. Okay, you go with what you want. I'm tired, mate, all right? Get this, I'm tired. I'm trying to put on a show. I'm trying to put on my ideas.
I'm loving it, man. I ain't interrupting you. I'm just giving you my faces, man. And I'm going to tell you one thing for call the Harley Quinn of the women's division on SmackDown. Call her that. Let her be crazy. You know, she came out this week wearing a Freddy Krueger outfit, and I was like, yeah. And then we had an actual wardrobe malfunction. Yeah. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Yeah. Dude, I am sold on Alexa Bliss as a heel. I am sold on her in-ring ability. Not only did she beat Naomi, but she beat her with the greatest move in women's division on SmackDown history.
I love the Twisted Bliss, man. That is phenomenal move. Love it.
God, it is the greatest thing, dude. And I'm not taking that away from Naomi, workaholic 9/11.
The heel is the bad guy and the face is the good guy.
I'm trying to teach him slowly but surely. He's getting baby stuff.
It was such a good match. I really enjoyed it. And then we had Apollo Crews out in the ring. He didn't even get entrance. And Kurt Hawkins comes out. Now, do you watch I'm just going to say it. Do you watch the Grimm's Toy Show?
No, because we don't have that here.
No, it's on YouTube, right? And it's called the Grimm's Toy Show, okay? And it is run by a guy named like David Grimsdale or something. Anyway, he has been feuding with Kurt Hawkins for months. And the thing about it is that he actually had a match with Kurt Hawkins a while ago, right? Now, sorry about this, guys. Mike has just left us for a few seconds. So Kurt Hawkins comes out, right? And you see signs of Kurt Hawkins fears Grimm. And this was at his first debut. Well, he cuts a promo on Crews, right? And Crews, like, nails him with the right hand. And Hawkins gets out, takes the mic and says, okay, you've just ruined my debut. My goodness, I thought that was like just pathetic. I don't really like the way that Hawkins is coming out. And I would rather see him actually fight instead of just run away and be a crybaby. Anyway, yeah, it's quite upsetting. Guys, I have actually lost Mike, so I'm trying to get him back while I'm doing this. That's why it's a bit all over the place at the moment. Hopefully we can get him soon. If not, it'll be me for the rest of the night. I'm going to try one more time to get him back. Hopefully this will work. Hey, Alan. How you going, man? Oblivion. Oblivion, I don't know if she will retain. I think Alexa may get it. I think Alexa may grab it back, grab the title. Hey, I really, really do. Yeah, so the match between Hawkins and Apollo Crews, yeah, I love the way that Hawkins is coming back, but I don't know if he's going into the right sort of if they're going the right way with him. Anyway, we go into a match between. He's back. Welcome back. What happened there? Your internet went.
Yeah, you can thank him for that. He decided to kill us for a little while. He's like, you're having too much fun. That's exactly what he said. Get on
suck,
man.
man.
Get him.
Suck, man.
No. What it was, I was about to lay the smackdown on Mike's ass, and then I decided to be nice and just take him off internet.
Yeah. He had to slap me around a little bit. You know how things go around here, man. We get a little wild and crazy.
Anyway, what I was saying was, Mike, is that okay. I got so confused there. Like I don't even remember what I was saying. So we're on Apollo Crews versus Kurt Hawkins, right? Now, I was telling you about a YouTube show called Grimm's Toy Show, right?
I don't know nothing about that.
Check him out. He's fantastic. I really, really enjoy him. He is an indie wrestler, basically. He is the leader of D Generation Fat.
Grimm's Toy Show.
Yeah, Grimm's Toy Show.
GRIMS.
GRIMS Toy Show. Now, he has actually had a feud with Kurt Hawkins for the last 4 months on the indie circuit. And when Kurt Hawkins actually debuted, now, if you go back to No Mercy and you see the background, have a look at the background of Kurt Hawkins talking, and you'll see a sign out there saying Hawkins fears Grimm. Okay? Now, to be honest, I would rather see Grimm from Grimm's Toy Show debut than what I would see Kurt Hawkins. He would get so much more over with the crowd than what Kurt Hawkins is at the moment. Anyway, Kurt Hawkins just like nailing Apollo Crews, just nailing Kurt Hawkins, and Hawkins just running off like a little girl. I think, I don't know, I think it was good in a way, because maybe they're trying to set him up for a match at Survivor Series or something. I don't know, but for me, it was a bit useless. Like, I don't really like the way they're using Kurt Hawkins at the moment. What are your thoughts? I've had enough of talking. I've been talking for the last, like, I don't know how long, because you went off the air. Thanks, Steve.
No, it was actually internet failed here for a few minutes, man, and it ain't his fault. But no, I apologize for leaving dead air for you to actually have to fill. I apologize. I will check out Grimm's Toy Show. Also, on that same token, I think Kurt Hawkins should have just debuted with the Chuck Norris gimmick. It would have been much more hilarious to let him have a comedy act instead of actually trying to be real serious with this thing.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, it's a comedy act. It's not a serious character. If you came out playing something like Santino Marella did on Raw, I'd have been excited. I'm not excited with his character. I'm not excited with Kurt Hawkins. I know he was one of the chosen ones from Vince McMahon with Drew Galloway, and be real, it's not Kurt Hawkins. He was one of the, one of the edge guys, one of the edge heads. So I'm not a big fan of Kurt Hawkins. Never been a big fan of Kurt Hawkins. Even when he was in TNA, I thought I was going to love this character. I really did when it was a Chuck Norris character. Chuck Norris, Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins has a streak in the back.
It's not going to work. It really is not going to work. And it's just, yeah, it's not going to work. Anyway, let's get on. This is, yeah, we're talking about things we shouldn't be. Carmella and Nikki, it shouldn't be happening. I'm not going to even talk about it. Heath Slater, Rhino, and Dolph Ziggler versus the Miz and the Spirit Squad. Saw the Miz and the Spirit Squad get the win over the Intercontinental Champion and the SmackDown Tag Champions. I didn't really enjoy the match, to be honest. Why have they brought the Spirit Squad back? I understand they brought him back for that one time with Dolph Ziggler, which I thought was good, but why keep bringing him back? I don't understand it. I don't like it. I've always hated the Spirit Squad. I've always hated the thought of the Spirit Squad. Yeah, they're just jobbers, and I really don't like it. The Miz as a heel is fantastic, and I just think they're bringing Miz's heel character and making it a joke. And like it's depressing. It is really depressing. And we had a backstage segment with Natalya asking Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon to be on the women's side for Survivor Series. I think that's a good idea. So we'll just have to see who else goes on the side. But what do you think about the Miz and Dolph Ziggler feud that's going on? Ever since Dolph Ziggler won the title, I think the feud has actually gone downhill. It was at a great point I think they should have ended the feud there. I don't think they should have kept it running. Even though Miz does have a title rematch, I think they should have had the rematch on the following SmackDown, and then that would be it. But what do you think, man?
I'm gonna tell you what I think about this whole Spirit Squad. First, I'm gonna touch on the Nikki and the Carmella thing because I know you didn't want to. I'm gonna touch on it very briefly. I really think that Nikki is better than Carmella at this point in stage in their careers. Carmella did, however. Hold on. Hey boss, check this out. I know you can't see it, but the guys in white are beating the crap out of the French guys.
Do you know who they are? Because I've got a spoiler alert. A spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. And I'll tell you who two of them are, and I'll see your reaction.
Okay.
We have got one of them, James Storm, recreated, and another one, Bram. And I'm going to keep the third one hidden. Yeah, you got James Storm recreated. He isn't the cowboy anymore, and you've got the Bram. It's going to be interesting.
You got to spoil it.
Oh, dude. The third one is an indie wrestler who is debuting for TNA. I haven't heard of the guy's name before, but this guy, dude, it's gonna be epic to watch them reveal themselves. I'll search it up and I'll find out for you what his name is. 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, please. Right there. It is. Yeah, because they're pushing James Storm now as this crazy guy. He is the head of this team, and so we have. Oh man, because they're called the DCC crew. Oh man, sorry about this, guys. We'll get into it when we're talking about TNA. We're talking about SmackDown at the moment.
Apologize, boss man. I got it going on live right here. It ain't really live, but you.
No, I saw it. Not wanted.
That's fine, man. Yeah. So we go Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin, and Swagger.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me finish my. Don't take that. Let me finish my rant, man. He stopped me mid rant. I had to look at the tribunal. I had to. But
you stopped yourself.
I know. The Nikki versus Carmella freaking thing. I think honestly Carmella killed the promo segment with the totally divas / Brie Bella and Nikki Bella. Oh, I'm so needy. She killed that. I mean, yeah, she used the help of everybody in that facility, and she made Nikki out to be a true gold digger, needy little whiny princess, whatever you want to call her.
To be honest, I thought that was great the way that she did that, especially bringing John Cena into the whole feud. It was it was pretty good. I actually had a bit of a chuckle with that because it was very good.
Very, very well done. And then you said about the match between the Spirit Squad and Miz and Dolph Ziggler and Team Bankrupt, or One Man Rhino, I like to call them. The One Man Rhino should be feuding with someone very, very, very lucrative right now. They should be feuding with someone that has the caliber. I mean, I'm just saying. I would love to see them take on Brady, Willing, and Gable, the American Alpha. I would love to see that. Oh man,
that would be awesome. I'd be so keen for that, to be honest.
But there really ain't that many tag teams on SmackDown that are heel. I mean, you still have the Bob Dylan, or they go to Raw.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
mean,
that's true.
you don't have that many tag teams to choose from on SmackDown. I mean, you don't have Enzo, you don't have Kaz, you don't really have a lot of teams to choose from. But they need to have, and I think that's why the Spirit Squad has stuck around so long as they have.
Yeah.
To be honest. But I really think that they should, like you said, they need to stop the heel promo with the Miz. If they're going to make him a heel, let him be a heel against Daniel Bryan. Don't let him take it over to Ziggler and do it. It's water under the bridge now. You lost your title. All your flair is gone right now. All you're doing is beating a dead horse. Stop doing it. Go back, repackage yourself for your rematch. If you win the title, then have the feud come back to a point, and then that way you can continue on and continue forward. What they've done, and they've elevated the Miz to the point where he could actually feud with AJ Styles and be a face on SmackDown brand, and actually feud with AJ Styles and take out John Cena as a heel, but then become a face because he took out John Cena on SmackDown. And dude, everybody be like, "Yeah, Miz is the greatest thing in the world. Let's go buy Miz T-shirts. Let's go hang out with the Miz."
Wait, I do not want to see Miz as the champion though. It's the WWE champion. I don't think that's a good idea.
But he could be elevated to that point where he could be actual caliber material for an actual opening or an option as champion later on. Not right now, but
yeah.
But
anyway, let's get on because we are getting a bit sidetracked here. Sorry guys, this whole stream has been out of whack. Yeah, it's been rocky. I promise next week will be better. Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin ends in a total mess. Anyway, then we get the main event, which is a world title match between James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles. I thought this match was going to be absolutely pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. The only thing that made it good was Dean Ambrose's interference throughout the whole match. But my goodness, I have to say one thing, okay? One thing. Ellsworth with that no chin music plus that other move he did, it was just incredible. I was like, whoa! And then the whole crowd started chanting, holy shit. And it was just, it was a really, really good move. The match in itself, though, wasn't main event status. I don't know where they're going with this Ellsworth character. I think it's a bit overrated. But Ambrose at the end announced Ellsworth as the winner, and also he's the man who's got 2 more wins over AJ than what John Cena has. I thought that was classic. I actually had a good chuckle for that. But all in all, I thought SmackDown was a lot better than Raw. I would rate SmackDown with about a 6, maybe a 5.5, 6. But I wouldn't go any higher than that. This week, WWE has been a bit slack in their ratings. Very quick, what do you think about the main event of the night?
It was a funny match. I like the fact that they gave the man earlier on in the show a little bit of FaceTime with the camera and stuff, and he's like, "Wow, I can't believe I'm taking on AJ Styles in the main event on SmackDown." And then she asked him, "Do you plan on winning?" He said, "Win, lose, or draw." He said, "I'm in the main event on SmackDown taking on the World Heavyweight Champion." I actually have a World Heavyweight Championship match. And I was like, man, I felt for the guy as a human being, dude, because think about this, Boz. If you were called up to WWE to feud with, I don't know, Dean Ambrose, and he was champion, and you were a job to him, like the caliber he's having a job to him, or the job to AJ Styles, you would, dude, I don't know about you, but I'd be happy, and tears would be flowing like they were on his face, dude. I mean, dude, I'd probably doing backflips in the locker room, high-fiving people, people be talking crap about me, I'll be like, yeah, you know what, it is true, but you know what? I get to go home at the end of the night with a smile on my face. What do you get to go home with? Nothing.
So
But, I
true.
mean,
Like
you know,
he would have been paid well as well for just that one main event match against AJ Styles, which for me, if I was to go into a ring and job to AJ Styles, my world would be finished. Like I would be happy to be put in a casket and dug in. I've lived my life then. You know what I mean? Like, that would be awesome. I'm too old now to be able to do any of that. Like to be able to get into the WWE or anything, but if I was to do that, man, like that would be awesome. Anyway, now
it was a to question for me as well.
Yeah, SmackDown was the better out of WWE this week. Now I want to get onto the question that you've been so longing to hear. The last person of the DCC crew. So we've got James Storm, we've got Bram, and we've got a person who has been in Ring of Honor, who has been in the Independent Wrestling Association Mid-South, who has been part of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, who has been a part of Combat Zone Wrestling, and who has also been a part of Jersey All Pro Wrestling as well.
Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
And I didn't have to look that up. I didn't even look it up at all, man. I didn't even look it up. When you said Jersey,
100%. Eddie Kingston.
Combat Zone Wrestling, PWG, IWAMS. The only name that popped in my head that I was thinking Adam Cole, but Adam Cole has a contract right now and he ain't going nowhere. But
100%. Eddie Kingston is the third member of the Death Count Council. So, man, to be honest, I think it's a great move to have those three together.
Have you ever seen Kingston?
Dude, I've seen him, and he is a beast, man. He is a freaking machine, dude. To have James Storm not coming in as the Cowboy James Storm, but as James Storm, like recreated. Bram coming in as a newly formed Bram, and then to have also Kenny, to have Kingston in as well. Far out, man. It's going to be insane to watch. I can't wait to see the development of these characters.
Well, I'm gonna say this too on that same token about Kingston. I watched the match whenever Daniel Bryan got fired from the WWE the first time, whenever about the tie incident or whatever. He wrestled Kingston in the Chikara match on and I watched the ending of that match, and Kingston he broke all kinds of kayfabe, man. I mean, it was just completely off script, everything. He started crying. And he said, for the best in the world to come in this ring and tell me I am one of the best wrestlers in the world, he said, you know what, Bryan Danielson? This shit right here is what it's made of. Right here.
Yeah.
And a PG shit. And I was just like, dude, Eddie, you just killed everything that man, I had tears rolling on my face. And Bryan Danielson walked in the back of the ring and held his hand high, gave him a hug, and said, you will be where I am one day.
Oh, and dude, and I think this push here, especially if TNA is brought out by WWE, is going to put this guy, Eddie Kingston on the map, man. And I can damn guarantee you that he's going to do so well in TNA. I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen.
But have you read the reports, though, that have came through that I've been reading lately on the Bleacher Report and a couple of podcasts here and there, that WWE does not want the TNA programming. They don't want the library no more. They've actually backed out of the deal. And
yeah, they have. And this was something else I was going to talk to you about. It seems like there are a lot of rumors going around that Dixie Carter and that TNA in themselves are going to be actually filing for bankruptcy. What are your thoughts on that? if they do that,
I've heard this.
this is going to actually bring even more of a man. They're falling to the ground and they're burning, and this is a problem. They've got such a great roster, and this Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. What was that?
I'm not trying to cut you off. Continue going.
This match between Matt Hardy, this whole Matt Hardy thing. Like, I was watching videos, right? He's got Matt Hardy brand, and I've been watching his videos on YouTube from when he wasn't when he was just getting into character, and he was saying, "Look, this story I'm making with this character is one of the best stories I've ever come up with, and it's going to reinvent the whole. Like, this is just to help TNA get back on the map." And dude, my goodness, he is incredible, man. I saw this video, right, of him at an indie show, and he comes out, and this guy's like, "Please delete me," and he's like, like eats into his mic, like, puts his mouth all over the phone, man. Like, Matt, like, he has just transformed in such an amazing way. WWE needs to get this guy and put him up against Bray Wyatt. No, it should be the Broken Hardys against the Wyatts, and they should have a great war on WWE, and, like, do it like they did on TNA, man. Far out ratings. Like, seriously, but make it even better. Make it even more epic. Make the match at the Wyatt's hometown, and for the Hardys just to come in and destroy it. Like, oh man, that would be awesome. Like, they cannot. And please, I beg you, TNA, do not destroy this character. This character is gold. This is, man, it is gold. It is gold.
It's way better than when Hardy went heel. It had the little stupid and looking belt thing.
It is incredible. Like, and now they're bringing Jeff in as this, like, normal guy who's now just, like, taken to the fact that his brother's insane, and now he's insane, and Hardy's looking normal. Jeff Hardy's looking normal now, but he's still tapped in the head, and oh man, it's so good, dude. It's so good. Oh, I love the song as well.
I love the part when he got on the microphone and he says, "You know what, Matt? You can't tell me what to do. You want to break me? You can't break me, because I can only break myself." And then he ran off the top rope and swan dived into the freaking tables. And he said, "Obsolete. Obsolete." I was just like, gold. You just sold me.
Like, these two, man, they know the articulation of the wrestling. They know it all, and these two together, they're a team, and you can't take that away from them. They are fantastic. I have enjoyed every single moment of this whole new character that he's brought together. It is the brainchild of Matt Hardy, and my goodness, they have let it run, and it is doing fantastic. They will drop the titles to DCC, I will believe, but they cannot stop this character. They cannot take this character away. They have to keep him going. Broken Matt Hardy.
I love it, dude. I totally love it. And another thing, too. I know we're cutting it a little close for what you need to do as well. And we're going to go live afterwards and everything like we normally do. But what we do here on this channel here, what me and you do, and with our special guest tonight, this guy right there, look at that.
Well, he didn't even show himself. He cut off the internet, bro. He did nothing.
Exactly, man. But on the same
I'll show you.
he said, that was, oh, you heard that, didn't you, Bozzy?
Yeah.
We got our own.
Yeah.
going
You
here,
wait,
man.
Steve. You wait, buddy. You wait.
No, man. I've been. I'm a huge fan of podcasts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I know we're not really doing a podcast. Me and you are doing a lot of wrestling that happened this week.
Yeah.
I would like to plug somebody if you're chance to do that. Because I'm a big fan of the Don Tony and the Kevin Castle show. They're live every Monday night. After Raw, they go live, and they have a huge podcast. They have a lot of good things to say, and this, that, and the other. I would love to. I would love to take. I would love to take a couple of these people off the air, man. Not him specifically, but like these guys that are out here talking about like, that Mark's this and Mark that, but we're not marks. We're actually fans of the actual business. And,
Tell them, Steve. Then.
I mean, I hear a lot of flack from these guys, man, that are trying to sit there and say that, wrestling's fake and it's all a bunch of garbage. Well, don't tune in every week. Don't watch it. Don't watch the programming. It's your opinion. Keep your opinion to yourself. If you're going to go online and say you're a wrestling fan and sit there and diss the companies and diss the actual product you're watching, I love everything that goes on with wrestling. Be it Indie be it WWE, be it TNA. And I know you are as well. Hell, you're over in USA right now, or is it ASU?
Huh?
Or is it the AWF? I'm sorry.
No,
AWF,
it's APW.
APW. I apologize. I will get that right from thrown out. And
yeah, APW.
You over there, you're training with the same people who trained TM61. You're over there training with the people. I think they trained the two Aussie women that came out of APW as well.
No. Those two Aussie women came from Sydney. So I don't know. They were in Tough. One of them was in Tough Enough. So
yeah, I remember
that. But dude, yeah. Do you have anything you want to plug right now?
Yeah.
Your link is in our description. I've also I've done a Patreon's page. Now I've had some rough, like, I've done a Patreon's page. You do not have to go to it. You do not have to support it. I don't know how to bring it down. But yeah, I've got a Patreon's page. I'm not putting it in the description. You can find it yourself. I've put it places. If these guys want to promote it, they can. But do you have anything you want to promote?
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to promote this right here. This right here. Us. As much as we can, because I'll talk about it on our live stream tonight. When we go live and we unbox Blind Box Comics tonight.
Woo!
They finally came in, and we got a special treat for Mr. Joe Ryan from Comics and Coffee as well. I don't know if he bowed out to us or whatever. He's been really busy and stuff, but Mr. Joe Ryan, we love your channels rather, and we support you in anything you do, sir. And good luck to you in your future endeavors. Because the Blind Boxing Championship goes to the most handsome duo in unboxing history, and that is the Unboxing Bros. And I will go, the Unboxing Bros. And I will go on live tonight and say that. So I had that undoubtedly pleasure to do that.
Man. Dude. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for bearing with us while Steve took Mike off the air, while I have been tired as anything. And Steve, stop posing, man. Stop it now. Oh, no one does that anymore.
No one does that anymore. I did.
You can tell I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Guys, thank you so much. People who are watching this, click the description below. They're going to go live in about how long? Oh my God. Steve, pull that mask off, bro.
Give us about 10 minutes.
This whole stream's gone nowhere, man. This show, I'm sorry, episode 3 of This Week in Wrestling has been such an absolute crack up. We've done 3 shows now.
This is the best stream ever, Boz. The best stream ever, man. Oh, God, dude.
Oh, man, I've been mumbling. You've been mumbling. I'm tired as... Oh, man, I'm tired. Anyway, guys. Unboxing Bros. Get to them, subscribe to them. If they get to 300 likes by the end of this month, the guy we've been talking to, Mike, is going to wax his whole entire body. He's going to dye his hair blonde, and he is going to be Rocky from the Rocky Horror Show. He's going to dress up like the guy from the Rocky Horror Show, and my goodness, I am going to go onto his channel and watch that because, man, it's not going to be PG. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, guys, like always, subscribe for more content. Twitter and Instagram links are all in the description. And don't forget, guys, like always, keep smiling because you are so worth it.
Worth it. Yes. And hey, Boz, did you already sign out?
Yeah, keep going. You're right. You got 2 seconds.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Support your local comic book store. Support your local gaming store. Support your local indie wrestlers. Support your local artists. And like he said, keep smiling because you're all worth it. And do something nice to everybody out there. Be good human beings.
That's it. Peace out, guys. I'm going to bed. Catch us.